In today's video, we're doing a full breakdown of the Insta360 X3 camera. Then we're gonna go to my YouTube studio and I'm gonna show you exactly how I edit Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube short viral videos step by step. Now let's first do an unboxing of this brand new Insta360 X3, but fun life hack, use your ski pass to open the box. We're gonna now reveal the Insta360, give it a nice little, look at that, brand new, fresh. Should we do some ASMR? Are you ready for this? We're gonna peel the plastic off, pull the corner up, ready for it? Oh, that was fantastic. We'll give that a peel a 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, you might be wondering what else we have in the box. Boom, USB-C to USB-A. One of the most important things ever that comes with it. Take care of your camera with this nylon case. Now, when you very first get your camera, you're gonna wanna make sure you have these three items. The very first one is a SD card that goes here. An easy way to think about this is that the logo is going to face the outside, push it here, and then you want to push it in. I use my thumbnail, but press down and make sure you hear the snap and then gently release, because you don't want it to like spring out and get thrown across the neighborhood, because that's happened to me. Next, I'm going to put the battery in. This goes to the bottom, so that's a good way to just remember it, that at the bottom. Click it in, and you want to make sure you see no more orange on either side. Boom, click it in. Now we're locked in. I'm going to screw the selfie stick on, and when you use the link in my bio, you get a free selfie stick. So more on that in a little bit. Then this thing does shoot in a 360 mode or single lens mode. So when you have a single lens mode, I could be filming my buddy. It's just going to be filming here. It's pretty awesome. Or I can turn it to the 360 mode, which means it's going to be filming in both lenses. And then the post-processing side of things, whether it's in your mobile app on your iPhone or Android or on your desktop, you can specifically determine where you're looking later, which is super useful. We'll talk about that as we're riding. Very first thing that I'm going to do is turn this on, and I have this on 360 mode because I'm not sure if I want this content to be horizontal for Instagram and YouTube shorts or TikTok or a full YouTube video. So I'm going to have this set to 360. Best part is I can use the same clip and change it, which we'll see later, but make sure you extend the pole out. I like to emphasize a certain movement or certain body position. So let's start off by doing like this fun little like hop thing. And this may actually be used for like an Instagram clip because this movement's pretty cool. But when I'm doing this, I'm thinking, what body positions do people need to see on the back end? Well, obviously they need to know where my shoulders are. They need to be able to see my hip transfer from side to side. So if I had this filming here, I don't think the angle would look so good. If it's here, I'm not going to be able to emphasize the body part specifically. So being able to have it in front allows you to see what's going on. If I want to show this beautiful view, I might turn the camera back here and get a really cool shot of this beautiful view. If I just want to show more of a knee position and a different steering tactic, I'm going to change that. If I'm doing carving, I like to be at this angle because then you can see the board actually rise and you can see my weight distribution, versus if I'm back here, there is a point, but that might not be as sufficient to what I'm doing unless I'm definitively trying to show you a line. Tip number 2, when it comes down to filming, you want to film the absolute highest quality that you can. So what I like to do is shoot in 5.7K when I'm doing the 360 degrees, but of course you got to make sure your computer can handle it, or your phone. Not a big deal nowadays, pretty compatible. But one secret that I love to use is the sun. Now, if I can have the camera in more positions with the sun hitting me and getting a better shot versus going in shadows, it's just going to look a little bit different. So the more often that you can be in the sun, the better the quality of the video is going to be. So tip number 3, we're going to go to the studio and show you how to do the post-production side of things. But first, we're going to get as many different shots on the camera as possible. So let's cue a montage of sick riding. Let's go. Now we're back in the office. Now let's deep dive on how to use the Insta360 on your desktop. Now I am using Mac, so let's dive right into it. The very first thing that I'm gonna do is pull the SD card out of the Insta360 X3, put it in a card reader and put it into my computer. Then I'm gonna click on the left-hand side. There is this little SD card, camera files. I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna go to open. I'm gonna find exactly where that SD card is. For me, it's on the left-hand side. It's going to be this file right here. And then I'm gonna scroll up. So I know specifically that I'm looking for a certain date. So I have this organized by date, and March 16th or whatever the date was. I'm gonna click the top one, scroll down to the end of that day, and then I'm gonna hold the button Shift, allowing me to select all of these clips that I specifically want. I'm gonna press open. Now it's gonna process and it's extremely quick, not a big deal, boom. Now from here, you're gonna notice that these files end in .insv, and that's gonna be your 360-degree vibe. So it's gonna be super awesome. Then I'm gonna click through and try to find the exact video. I believe this is it, but I'm not quite sure yet. So what I can do is press my cursor down on the video frame that you see here, the canvas, and you're gonna notice that I can go 360 degrees. I can go down, I can go up, I can go anywhere that I want, but for now, I'm just gonna point it in my direction, and I'm gonna press the space bar, and you're gonna see here in the timeline that it's gonna go. Okay, cool. It's not tracking just yet, but I am just testing out the video. I press the space bar, it's gonna allow me to stop it. I'm gonna move just so I can see more stuff. Okay, cool, let's see. Okay, boom, nose grab. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm gonna reframe it just so I can see it. Nose, tail. Cool, this is exactly the video that I'm looking for. I'm gonna go to the timeline and I'm gonna scroll back to kind of where I want it to be. I'm gonna press forward a little bit. Okay, cool. Now, before I track anything, I also gotta determine, do I want this video to be horizontal? Great for TV, great for YouTube videos, but I wanna break down how I do my Instagram videos. So on the right-hand side, I'm gonna click this button that says 16.9. If you hover over it, it's gonna say it's the ratio. I click that, it's gonna give me a couple more options. If I go 9:16, it's gonna go vertical, which is perfect for YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and even TikTok. Now I gotta track my movements so that it looks super cool. Now I have two different options. One is gonna be a manual mode. Now manual is super awesome because you can control exactly where the camera is facing at any given time. Let's go through that first, then we're gonna go to the automatic tracking. So first, I kind of wanna have this to be a little bit creative because my thought is an Instagram video and I need to get somebody's attention. So this is kind of what I was thinking. I'm gonna actually point the camera at the feature, which is gonna be this jump. I go to the bottom right-hand side, you're gonna see this little plus button. Now that's gonna set a keyframe. That essentially locks in exactly what we're seeing right now. Then I can press the space bar, I'm gonna move ahead, but notice the camera didn't move. Well, that's actually good. So I'm gonna click on the video frame again, I'm gonna scroll over and I'm gonna point it at me. But guess what? If I press a play button, it's gonna go from that one angle and then it's actually going to move and transform the video from here to here. So if we go back on the playhead and press space, it goes from here to here. It has a little bit of interesting intro to the video. Now we could theoretically choose exactly where we want to go next. We could do it all manual. Definitely a great option to be precise, creative, but I want to be a little bit more efficient. So go next to the bottom right-hand side, you're going to see the plus. If we go one over, we're going to go to deep track. Now you can use the keyboard shortcut Command T on Mac, but for now we're going to click the button and it's going to give me two options. One, I could simply click this button right here and it's going to automatically identify that I'm a person and it's going to follow me wherever I go. The other option is I can actually drag the box around me and then I can determine, well, I actually just want to follow my head. I just want to follow this sticker. I want to do the whole entire body. And there's different situations for different tracking, different situations you may want to use it in. But for now, we're going to go exit out of that. We're going to go back to deep track and I'm just going to let the magic be magical. We're gonna click that. You're gonna notice that the box moves, that it's tracking, that it's being able to, no matter where I move the camera, I'm still in the shot. Cool, it's processing, boom. Now I'm gonna click stop. What we're gonna do next is I have a 27-second frame, but what if I only wanna export a couple seconds of it? So I can click where the playhead is, and if I go to this little box with little bars next to the mute button, you're gonna see here that it will trim everything in front. If you use the left button, if you use the right button, it's going to trim everything to the right. So be cautious where you click your playhead, but I'm at the end of the video where we want it. I'm gonna go right about here. Give us a little bit of flexibility in the post-production. And I click that button to the right, boom. Now we can see here in the timeline, we have a 6-second video. Great, that's all we're gonna export. Now my export settings, I definitely export here, choose exactly the file name. I just leave it as general, choose where you want it to go, desktop, parameters, talk about that in a second, but I'm trying to get the highest resolution possible so that my videos come out as crisp as possible, because I want that user, the end user, the video viewer, to be like, oh, that was clean and crisp. So I have it at a 4K export, but it happens to be vertical. Then the frame rate is 29.97. And then I'm gonna export in ProRes 422. This means that it's gonna be a massive file, so it's gonna hold as much detail as possible. Now, if you don't have a computer that can handle a large file, or you have less space, or your priority is managing space, not necessarily the highest quality, you can go choose H.264 or 265. It's definitely an option. I personally just use ProRes, but what I did is I created a preset parameter for this, and it says ProRes 4K vertical, because I do a lot of YouTube. So then I want to be able to have, was this a 4K res video? Is this 4K 60 video? So I have these presets so that I can just click that, move on, and then I'll click export. Now we're in my editing software, which is going to be Final Cut, but I'm going to give you the thought process behind the scenes of how I edit my videos and why I edit in the way I do. Because the goal is to get as many people to see the videos so that we can help as many snowboarders as possible. So the number one thing that I got to do is get someone's attention. But before we can edit, we're going to start a new project. So we're going to go to File, click here, go to New, and click Project. I'm going to name it Nose and Tail Breakdown. It is a vertical format. It's going to be 1080 by 1920. Yes, when I exported the other video itself, it's going to be a 4K video. And then I'm going to edit in at 1080. And my thought is, if I need to zoom in, I have a little bit more flexibility without losing the quality. As I scroll down here, I'm going to find my video, and then I'm going to drag it and drop it. Now, after that, the very first thing as far as editing is I'm going to mute this clip both for your ears, and I use a lot of voiceover stuff, so we're going to like mute that. Then I'm going to press play. I'm going to watch the video, check it out. What do I think? How do I feel? Okay, cool. Not bad. Now, my goal on my video is to get someone's attention as quick as possible. You're going to notice that there's a weird pause, like pointing the camera forward, little pause before the camera moves. Not a big deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my keyboard arrows to the right and move a couple frames over until the momentum starts. So we're about 12 frames in, and then I want to trim the clip so that that's where I'm starting. Now, if I press spacebar or play the video, it's a little bit more grab your attention. So as you're scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Shorts, you're gonna see that, boom, it gets right into it right away. There's something interesting going on. I'm hoping to grab your attention. After that, boom, here's the grab. Now I'm gonna do a voiceover. So on the right-hand side, you see that it says voice recorder. You can always find it by going to help and just type in voice. And if you scroll down, then it's gonna give you where it's at in the menu, but it's also gonna give you the keyboard shortcut, and mine is gonna be Shift Command 8 or Option Command 8. That's just what I have it set to because it didn't conflict with anything else, but I have that. Now it's time to record something. Let's see if I can nail it first try. Next time you go snowboarding, try this nose and tail grab and stay to the end because I'm gonna give you 3 awesome tips to make this as easy as possible. Okay, cool. Now that we have that, a couple things that I wanna do is there's a lot of dead space in the beginning of the clip. Next time it's just kind of like, I wanna get right into it because I wanna get somebody's attention. So instead of being like, right away. So I'm gonna click on the actual file that's underneath. It's highlighted in yellow. I'm gonna go here until my cursor looks like this with a little line and 2 arrows to the side, and then I can drag, and as I drag, it's gonna trim it. Now it leaves a lot of space to the side, and I'm just gonna simply move it over. Now let's press play. Next time you go snowboarding, try this nose and tail grab and say to... Okay, so the nose, the goal is to have the video represent exactly what I'm saying so that it matches up. Now, if I can get it to go nose grab as I'm actually doing a nose grab, that'd be sick. Next time you go snowboarding, try this nose and nice, right? But what are we missing? Tail grab and say to the end. It's kind of like, where's tail grab? Watch. Next time you go snowboarding, try this nose and tail grab. What is a tail grab? I don't understand. So I need to give the viewer a definitive example of the tail grab. So this is what I do. I have two options. I can press the B button and turn the blade on, and as soon as I land, I'm gonna cut or slice that part, and then I'm gonna scroll over until I get to the next one, and I'm gonna click that. Now the option is I can delete this. Let's try that and let's see what it looks like.
Next time you go snowboarding, try this nose and tail grab and see.
Cool, it's lined up pretty well.
Try this nose and tail.
It's lined up pretty well, right? Now, the other way that I prefer to do it is actually show the story of going from one jump to the other. So we're gonna just speed up the time in between and then see if we can line up the tail grab with the tail grab. So let's do it. So I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna press Shift B, and that's gonna give me this little line. And it's gonna be the first part. After that, I'm gonna scroll over here and go to the tail, and I'm gonna click Control B. Now it's gonna give me like 3 different sections. Now I can go to the middle section. It says normal 100%. So that's 100% timing. It's like 1-to-1. It's normal, right? Then if I click the down arrow and I go to fast, then it's gonna go 8 times. Now let's just play it back and see if it's lined up at all.
Nose and tail grab.
Okay, not quite lined up yet. Let's just listen to it again.
So we're gonna try this nose and tail.
Okay, so I see what I did there wrong. So I'm gonna Command B, Command B, Command B again, but I want to land and immediately go into the time warp.
Nose.
So I'm gonna go Shift B.
And tail grab and say to the end.
Okay, now here, now let's do it again. We already know what to do. Boom, fast. 8 times. Play it back.
This nose and tail grab and say.
Right, I just shifted it a little bit, and all of a sudden, I don't have to do much more, and it's already lined up. Let's watch it again.
Nose and tail grab.
Cool. I could probably speed it up just a little bit more. Speed it up a little bit more. Let's see how that looks.
Nose and tail grab.
Okay, it's a little fast, but it's fine.
And tail grab.
Now the thought is I want to tell the story going from one to the other because I want the rider to be like, oh, I could practice nose and tail grab in sequence, and I don't have to do it as 2 separate clips. So this is the preferred method of how I do my videos. After that, let's see what else we have in the video.
And tail grab and say to the end, because I'm going to give you 3 awesome.
So now I like to say, stay to the end because there's 3 awesome tips. The reason I do that is to get people to watch the video for longer, because the longer they watch it, the more the algorithm likes it, the more it shares with people, the more we can help snowboarders. So then I'm setting the expectation is there's 3 tips. Tip 1, tip 2, tip 3. That is hopefully going to get somebody to be like, oh, expectation, I'm going to stay. This sounds awesome. Maybe they don't, maybe they do, but that's the goal. And then I'll end the content with, if you're digging the content, let me know by liking the video, share this with a friend, and I post every single day, so I'll see you tomorrow. That's the call to action at the end is like the video, engagement always helps, share with more snowboarders because we can help more snowboarders, and then getting somebody excited or curious about, oh, what else does Tommie post? He's posting tomorrow. My goal is people will literally, I'm gonna go see if Tommie posted and then like see what they can do. That's the goal. Well, on that note, I'm gonna end this video. It's been a long one, so I appreciate you hanging out. If you're interested in picking up the Insta360 X3, check out the link in bio because I have a special offer just for you. And I post on YouTube, so definitely come back. I appreciate you. Let's go.